The following is transcribed.
Welcome to the Bat-Supe Season 2 PREHEAT. The countdown to Season 2 is on, but we still have a little unfinished business to attend to. Like, why is the Postal Service slowing down delivery of the Bat-Super Swell Scholarship entries? And more importantly, what led up to our very first adventure, looking for Kryptonite? It's time to find out. So tie on your capes for lots of fainting spells, plenty of science stuff, and secret identity slips of the tongue galore. Der Teufel is on the run from the Scarlet Widow, who is convinced that Superman is history, when in fact, he's in desperate pursuit of the Kryptonite. Will he find it? Find out next in Part 1 of The Atom Man, as originally broadcast on October 10th, 1945. But right now, it's...
Hey, fellows and girls. About those scholarship forms. I can't say why just yet, but when you send them in, go ahead and take them to your local grocer instead. We interrupt this program for a special report from the Reciprocal News anchor desk. I'm Scoop Digger. After an unexplained weeks-long slowdown and the sudden and inexplicable loss of several key sorting machines, Postal Service investigators have gotten to the bottom of the matter plaguing the nation's mail service, and honestly, the cause should come as a surprise to no one. In recent months, the Bat-Supe Corporation has been accepting mail-in entries for a scholarship program, entitling the winners of said scholarships help with tuition to the school of their choice. However, the glue from the labels contestants were mailing in were literally gumming up the works in a variety of ways. Labels were sticking to other pieces of mail, jamming sorting machines and causing massive stoppages due to the time involved in removing the blockages. Also, the labels themselves, once inside the automatic sorting conveyors, had a tendency to get stuck to the rollers. Also due to the glue on the labels. Any number of things could happen then, including enough labels building up to cause the roller wheels to lock up, or worse, almost lock up, putting enormous strain on the driving motors, causing several fires along the way. Fortunately, no one was injured in any of these instances. However, postal officials are calling this the last straw and are demanding investigations into the Bat-Supe Corporation, a company that is simultaneously beloved for its obvious affection for children and besmirched for its inability to give them toys that won't destroy lives and or property. Several members of Congress are rumored to be drafting marching orders for the FBI to investigate the Bat-Supe Corporation, and Postal Service officials say new regulations are coming, including a new requirement that any mailers that aren't the thickness of a postcard or better must be mailed inside an envelope. This is a story we'll be keeping a close eye on, so stay tuned. In the meantime, we'll return you to your regularly scheduled program already in progress. From the Reciprocal News anchor desk, I'm Scoop Digger. Because an education is everything, gang, believe you me. So like I said before, take those entry forms on down to your favorite grocer, and they'll make sure they get to us here at Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold. Good things come to those who wait, and boy, was I ever waiting.
Curtain. Music.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, who is today again on the trail of the Scarlet Widow and her deadly weapon, the Kryptonite. Narrowly escaping death when the Scarlet Widow placed him in a cedar chest with a small piece of kryptonite and consigned the chest to the bottom of the sea, Superman knows that he must recover the main fragment of kryptonite from the Widow if he is to stay alive. With Jimmy Olsen, Police Captain Donovan, and several officers, Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, returned to the penthouse apartment of the Scarlet Widow. Although he said the apartment was now empty, Kent suddenly called out to the amazed officers not to open the door. As we continue now, in the foyer outside the widow's 65th story apartment, Kent, pale and trembling, his eyes glazed, staggers backward into the elevator. Listen.
Well, what's the matter, Mr. Kent? Are you sick?
I feel a little weak, Jim.
Oh, gosh, you're pale as a ghost. And you're shaking.
Well, I'll be all right in a minute. I didn't look in the flower pots. I took for granted that the widow would take all the stuff away with her.
Oh, what stuff?
Huh?
What are you talking about, Mr. Kent?
Look, Jim, I want you to listen and then do exactly as I say, will you?
Oh, sure I will. But what's this all about? First you say there's nobody in the apartment, and then you start yelling not to open the door.
I know.
And then you practically pass out.
Oh, never mind. Now listen and get this straight. I want you to go into the apartment.
Aren't you coming?
I can't.
Why not? Look, you're not having a heart attack or something, are you?
Oh, no. I just felt a little weak for a moment, but I'm all right now.
Well, maybe you ate something that didn't agree with you.
Never
huh?
mind me. Just listen and don't interrupt. Now, there's a flower pot standing near the entrance to the living room. In the earth around the plant is a tiny piece of green glowing metal. I want you to get it.
What for? What is
Will
it?
you stop interrupting? This is important. Pick up that piece of metal with a handkerchief, not with your bare hands, and take it to Dr. John Milliken at the University of Metropolis Laboratory as quickly as you can.
But why? What?
Never mind the whys and whats. Just get the piece of metal and take it to Dr. Milliken. Tell him I'll be there very soon. Now get going.
Oh,
Jim.
wait. If Captain Donovan sees me taking anything, he'll throw me in the hoosegow.
No, he won't. There's more of the stuff in the other flower pots in the living room and on the terrace. As a matter of fact, you might call them to Donovan's attention, so he'll take them to headquarters. But warn them not to touch the stuff with their bare hands. All right, go ahead, Jim.
Okay. Where are you going?
I never saw anyone who's going to ask so many questions. I'm taking this elevator down. I'll have one of Donovan's men bring it up again. Now, don't fail me, Jim.
I won't, Mr. Kent.
Okay.
Leaving the building, Kent waits nearby, hidden in the early evening shadows, until he sees Jimmy emerge and enter a taxicab. A short time later, in his true identity of Superman, Kent knocks at the laboratory door of Dr. John Milliken, world-famous physicist.
Good evening, Dr. Milliken.
Superman!
That's right, Doctor.
Come in.
Thank you.
I'm delighted to see you. I haven't had that pleasure since we worked together on the atom.
That's right.
Now, come into the laboratory and tell me what I can do for you.
If you don't mind, Doctor, let's talk right here,
It
shall
will
we?
be much more comfortable at my desk. There are
I know.
chairs.
I'm sorry, but I can't go to your desk.
I don't understand.
There's something very dangerous to me on your desk, Doctor.
Dangerous
Yes.
to you?
I know it sounds fantastic, but that tiny piece of green glowing metal that young Olson just left with you is my deadliest enemy.
What? Oh, now look here, Superman. Do you feel perfectly well?
I feel fine now, Doctor, but it's the gospel truth. That fragment is a piece of the former planet Krypton, where I was born. And by some strange chemical action, I lose all my strength when I come within 10 feet of it.
Oh, I can't believe
Now,
it.
to repeat, it's true, only too true. I told Dr. Whistler, meteorologist of the museum, my story before he died. It was his theory that the substance of the former planet Krypton created a race of supermen there. But here on Earth, a fragment of kryptonite has just the opposite effect on a former inhabitant of that planet, meaning me. In this atmosphere, the kryptonite robs me of all my strength.
Whistler said that? Amazing.
Yes, unfortunately, right after Dr. Whistler died, some of my enemies managed to steal the kryptonite. And last night, they almost succeeded in doing away with me.
Oh, good heavens.
When they learn I'm still alive, I'm sure they'll try to destroy me again.
Don't say that. We need you. You've been of tremendous service to this country.
Thank you, Doctor. Then perhaps you'll help me?
How can I help you?
Examine that sliver of kryptonite on your desk.
That phosphorescent metal, is that kryptonite?
That's right. Study that kryptonite, Doctor. You're the greatest physicist in the world. Perhaps you can discover how I can defend myself against it.
Of course, I'll do my best. But it seems so unbelievable that this sliver of kryptonite can knock you out.
It will ultimately destroy me, unless you can develop some defense against it.
I'll get to work on it at once. But I can't promise anything, you understand?
I understand. But I'm counting on you, Doctor. You're my last hope.
I'll do everything in my power, naturally. Now, where can I contact you if I have anything to report?
Call Clark Kent at the Daily Planet. Just tell him it's important that you see me. Don't give the message to anyone else.
Kent can reach you in an emergency.
Well, I keep in touch with Kent, you might say. Well, now I've got to try to pick up the trail of the kryptonite before it's used against me again. Good luck, Dr. Milliken.
I'm going to need it. Here, I'll take you to the elevator.
No, thanks. I see your skylight is open. I'll use that if you don't mind. So long, Doctor.
Good night, Superman. Believe me, I'll do all I can.
I'm sure you will. Up and away!
Leaping up through the open laboratory skylight, Superman streaks away into the evening. to take up his desperate search for the Scarlet Widow and the dreaded Kryptonite. But meanwhile, in another Metropolis laboratory, a small, dirty basement room of cluttered tables, retorts, and a littered floor, a strange scene is taking place. The single window is closely boarded and nailed over with heavy black paper, and under the dim glow of an electric bulb hanging from the ceiling, two men lean over a test tube suspended above a Bunsen burner. In the tube is a small piece of green glowing metal and a heavy purplish liquid which boils violently and gives off a brilliant white light and hot steam. One of the men is squat and powerfully built, with a bald, bullet-shaped head and eyes magnified like a frog's behind abnormally thick spectacles. This is Der Teufel, who, until the war ended, was one of Germany's most brilliant scientists and espionage agents. The other man is tall and lean, with cold, pale eyes set in a sallow, impassive face. Watching the test tube, Der Teufel scowls.
Everything I've tried, Kraus, everything, but I am unable to dissolve the kryptonite.
All last night and all today you work on this problem, Teufel. Why is it so important to dissolve the kryptonite?
That is simple. Because of its effect on Superman, I am convinced that kryptonite is an even greater source of atomic energy than U-235, uranium. Now, do you understand?
No, and you must explain further, Teufel.
You are a blockhead. But see, I will try to make you understand. Everything on Earth is soluble. Everything can be dissolved, which means the kryptonite, too, if only the proper chemical agent can be discovered. And once the kryptonite is dissolved, do you not see what that means to us, Kraus? Do you not see?
Puzzled, the man, Kraus, waits for Teufel to explain. What has Der Teufel, whose name in English means the devil, in mind? We'll return in a moment to find out. But first, let's hear from our good friend.
You know what I heard the other day? Well, someone told me that one of the members of the gang was listening closely Monday when I first told you all about these brand new comic buttons, the new prizes in packages of Kellogg's Pep. And this young fellow was so pleased and excited with the big news, he came right out with a big yippee! Well, I bet you feel like that, too, when you get your first new comic button. It'll be one of your old favorite funny sheet characters, you know. Maybe Superman himself, or Skeezix, or Uncle Walt, or Smokey Stover. You know him, don't you? Or any one of 18 different buttons, each one a humdinger for color and sparkle. You'll get a big kick out of rounding out your collection of all 18 buttons, swapping duplicates with your pals, wearing them on your jacket or dress or cap. And here's the payoff, gang. You don't send in a single penny for these new comic buttons, not even a box top. You can't even buy them anywhere. You just ask Mom to get you plenty of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Inside every package, there's a swell prize. One of these brand new thriller-diller comic buttons, or a military insignia or warplane button. So get in on the fun. Make sure Mom gets you a package of P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
And now back to the adventures of Superman. In a dirty, secret basement laboratory under the streets of Metropolis, Der Teufel, one of Germany's most brilliant scientists, has been unable to dissolve the piece of kryptonite which he stole from the Scarlet Widow. Kraus, one of his henchmen, expresses bewilderment.
As I said, Teufel, I am not a scientist, so tell me, why does it mean so much to us that the kryptonite be dissolved?
You will see for yourself. But first, I must return to Germany, to the Black Forest, where waiting for me is Herr Professor Milch. Milch is a great chemist, a genius. He will be able to dissolve the kryptonite if anyone can.
He will?
Yeah, I'm certain of it. Now listen to me, Kraus. The Scarlet Widow, the Vulture, and the Laugher seek everywhere for me. So, too, do the American police.
All of them are dangerous, but none so dangerous as the Scarlet Widow.
I fooled her once, and I will do it again with your help. What you must do now, tonight, is to obtain papers for me, a disguise, and whatever else is necessary so that I can return to Germany at once.
See, Teufel, you ask me to take tremendous risks, not only with my own life, but with those of our comrades. It is only right that you should tell me why I do it.
You verrichte Dummkopf, it is I, Der Teufel, who commands... all right, Kraus. I will tell you, when Herr Professor Milch dissolves the kryptonite, I intend to create an atom man.
An atom man?
Yeah, an atom man who from his very fingertips will unleash such a fury of horror and destruction upon our enemies as they have never even dreamed of. My atom man will forever reduce the great Superman and all our enemies to something even less than dust. Now, will you arrange for me to return to Germany?
It will be done, Herr Teufel, at once. Heil Hitler.
You mean Heil Teufel. It is I who will succeed where Hitler failed. Ha ha! Go now, Kraus. Hurry and arrange matters. Schnell.
His huge, distorted eyes gleaming behind his thick spectacles, Der Teufel laughs gleefully at his monstrous vision. What is the atom man he has promised to create? And will it be able to destroy Superman as Teufel promises? Teufel, the devil? Fellows and girls, the plot against the Man of Steel is spreading swiftly, dangerously. So don't miss a single episode of his fight for his own life and for the life of humanity. Tune in tomorrow and every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, and thrill to the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Publications. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, it's part 2 of The Atom Man, as originally broadcast on October 11th, 1945.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, whose fight to destroy the one power on Earth that can destroy him is now taking a new turn. In danger of his life, Superman is searching desperately for the Scarlet Widow, who almost destroyed him with a piece of kryptonite. The kryptonite is a fragment of the planet Krypton where Superman was born, and robs him of his strength when he comes within 10 feet of it. But unknown to Superman, part of the kryptonite was stolen from the Widow by Der Teufel, Germany's most brilliant scientist. Unable to dissolve the strange green glowing metal in order to form a powerful atomic substance, Teufel told a Nazi underground agent named Kraus that he must take the kryptonite to Germany, where he knew of a chemist who could dissolve it and create an atom man, a creature who could control Superman at will. Meanwhile, in the back room of a small book and gift shop in a fashionable district of Metropolis, the gaunt, ugly Scarlet Widow angrily hurls a stack of telegrams at the feet of Sniggers, her little henchman. Listen.
My agent can't find Teufel in Detroit. They can't find him in Los Angeles. They can't find him in Cuba or Mexico or Canada. Where is he?
He's a sly one, right enough, Teufel is. But if you listen to me, Widow, you'll forget about him.
Forget about him? Are you crazy, Sniggers? He got away with 1/4 of the kryptonite. Worth $1 million.
I'm sure he did, and I'd like to slit his dirty throat for it. But we still got 3 pieces of the blooming stuff left. And that's why I think you're making a bad mistake with her. Suppose the Vulture and them other 2 blokes finds out we dumped Superman in the ocean, and he's dead. They won't pay us nothing for the kryptonite then.
How can they find out? Only you and I know who was in that cedar chest.
Yeah, they're smart, they are.
Then let them find Teufel. They know I won't sell them any part of the kryptonite until I see that double-crossing Nazi dead at my feet. Right now he's alive someplace, somewhere. Why don't the police find him?
I don't know. The police is hunting for us too, don't forget that. And every day that blinking Daily Planet newspaper puts descriptions of us in their first page, telling anyone what sees us to call the bobbies.
Don't worry, we're safe here.
I don't like it. Not a bit I don't. Look at Widow. Let's sell what we've left of the blooming kryptonite and hop it out of here.
No, I said. Not until I see Teufel dead. Now, get off that chair. I want to use the typewriter.
What you going to do?
I'm going to send a special delivery letter to every one of my agents all over the world, telling them I'm raising my price to $200,000 for Teufel.
Ooh, that's a lot of folding money, that is.
He's got to be found. He didn't evaporate into thin air. He's someplace, somewhere, and I'm going to find him and see him dead if it's the last thing I ever do.
As the Scarlet Widow's long, bony fingers tap out an urgent command to her underworld agents to find the man who robbed and double-crossed her, Der Teufel himself,
carefully disguised in a wig of thinning gray hair and a short, stubby beard, his fleshy face cleverly molded to new lines and contours, and wearing a black Homburg hat and mink-lined overcoat, has just stepped from a clipper plane at Lisbon. Holding a bulky briefcase close to his side, he extends a passport to a customs officer who examines it perfunctorily as a large transport warms its powerful motors nearby.
You are Dr. Alexander Orlovsky, senor?
Yes,
You travel from here to Madrid?
I do. On my way to my own country, Belgravia, where I'm finance minister.
Si. Here is your visa, senor. Your plane leaves in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Hurrying to the transport plane, his briefcase clutched tightly under his arm, Der Teufel is flown high over the Pyrenees and set down at bustling Le Bourget airport of Paris. Once more, his bulky briefcase held tightly under his arm, he presents his passport to a customs inspector.
Oui, Monsieur Orlovsky. The newspaper reporters, they hear you arrived today and they ask for you.
If you could perhaps not tell the reporters I'm arrived. My plane to Berlin leaves very soon, and I wish to rest before continuing my journey.
Oui, Monsieur Orlovsky, I will say nothing to them. Voilà, your visa, monsieur. Bon voyage.
Donc, merci, monsieur. Merci, merci.
Still undetected in his disguise of Dr. Orlovsky, finance minister of Belgravia, Der Teufel, carrying a small piece of the deadly kryptonite, which he believes can be used to create an atomic creature able to forever control the strength and power of Superman, waits in Paris for a plane to carry him to Germany and his mysterious destination. Meanwhile, haggard from his unrelenting but futile search for the Scarlet Widow and the kryptonite, Superman, in his guise of Clark Kent, is in the teletype room at Metropolis Police Headquarters with Inspector Henderson.
Here's the flash from Washington. No soap, Kent. The fellow they picked up as Papa Rose turned out to be a respectable high school teacher. A refugee.
Well, if you'd only listen to me, Inspector, and concentrate on the search for the Scarlet Widow and Sniggers, I think you'd get further. They have the kryptonite.
Oh, you and your kryptonite. I thought you had better sense, Kent.
Why?
Believing that a piece of fallen meteor can harm Superman.
Well, it can do more than that, Inspector. Ultimately, it can destroy him.
What? Look, I always had a lot of respect for you, Kent, but after a crack like that,
You think I'm crazy, huh? Well, listen, I can tell...
Call for you, Inspector.
Oh, thank you, Miss Hardy. I'll be right along.
I had the call transferred to the teletype room. You can take it on the phone right here.
Okay. Excuse me, Kent.
Certainly.
Inspector Henderson speaking. Oh, yes, Haley. What? Say that again. What? A fire with green flames?
Green flames?
What have you been drinking?
Inspector, what did you say
just
about...
a minute, Kent, will you please? What'd you just say, Haley? I didn't get it. A murder? Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Sure, I'll be right out. Where is it? Huh? 226? Yeah, okay. All right, I'll see you right away. Well, how do you like that, Kent?
What?
Haley gives me some cock and bull story about a fire in a basement. A fire that burns with green flames, he says, before he breaks down and tells me there's a murdered man in the basement. Come on, we'll have a look.
Fire that burns with green flames, huh? It's very interesting, Inspector, very interesting. I wonder if it could possibly be...
Eagerly, Clark Kent hurries from police headquarters with Inspector Henderson. Who is the murdered man at the scene of the strange fire of green flames? We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. But right now, here's a word from your announcer.
Say, your eyes will pop, gang, when you get your first comic button from this brand new series in packages of Kellogg's Pep. These new buttons are really snappy. Bright, full-colored pictures of familiar comic strip characters, like Uncle Walt and Skeezix and Nina and Superman, of course. Each one printed in bright colors on a sturdy metal button you'll want to wear pinned on your jacket or dress or cap. Now, there are 18 different buttons in all, so get busy. Collect the whole series. Start out by asking Mom to get you a package or two of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. That's the only way you can get these new comic buttons, you know. You don't send in any money, not even a box top. You just look inside the Pep package for your prize. One of these brand new exciting comic buttons or a military insignia or warplane button. There's a button in every package of P-E-P, Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. Clark Kent and Inspector Henderson have just arrived at the scene of a recent fire, the basement of a dingy tenement house. The basement, equipped as a cluttered, dirty little laboratory, has been half burned out, and the charred walls are a strange green. Leaving Officer Haley outside to keep back the curious crowd, Kent, Henderson, and a police surgeon are examining two men who lie on the basement floor. One, a short, foreign-looking old man with thinning gray hair and a stubby beard, lies on his side, dead, the blade of a knife in his back. He is clad only in his underwear. The other man, tall and lean, sallow-faced, breathes faintly.
This tall young fellow, how bad is he, Doc?
Beyond help, Inspector. 3rd-degree burns. He won't last more than a few minutes.
His driving license says Fred Krause. This address. No other identification. There might be some prints on the knife. I wonder who the old fellow is and where his clothes are. He looks kind of familiar.
I know who he is, Inspector.
You do? Who is he, Kent?
Dr. Alexander Orlovsky, finance minister of Belgravia.
Oh?
He came to the United States a few weeks ago to try to float a government loan.
Are you sure?
Positive. I interviewed him.
What's the finance minister of Belgravia doing here in this dump?
And with the knife in his back. There's a nice kettle of fish.
Yeah. Oh.
What's the matter, Kent?
What? I don't know. I suddenly felt weak and dizzy. What? Great Scott.
Huh? What's the matter now?
That test tube I just dropped. I was examining it. Inspector, there was kryptonite in that test tube a short time ago.
Kryptonite?
Yes. That accounts for the green flames. The Scarlet Widow must have been here. And maybe the Vulture, the Teufel, and that gang, too. They killed Dr. Orlovsky for some reason. Something to do with me.
With you?
Huh? Oh, I mean with Superman.
Oh.
This man, Fred Krause. He must know where they went and what they're up to. Doctor, you've got to bring him, too. He's got to tell us.
Well, what do you say, Doc? Any chance?
I don't know, Inspector. He's in pretty bad shape, but I'll try. I'll need some hot water.
Well, wait, there's a sink over there, Kent. Maybe,
I'll see. Yes, it's hot. I'll get a pan. You've got to bring him too, Doctor. You've got to. He can tell us where the widow is and the kryptonite. He must be made to talk.
Quickly and skillfully, the police surgeon works to revive Fred Krause, the Nazi underground leader. Will he succeed? And will Krause tell Superman where the Teufel is? And of Teufel's monstrous plan to create an atomic monster capable of destroying not only Superman, but all of civilization? At this moment, Teufel, in his disguise of Dr. Alexander Orlovsky, is preparing to leave Paris for Germany. Never was Superman in such grave danger as now. So don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode, fellows and girls. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman, brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications.
Seems like there's plenty of trouble ahead for the Bat-Supe Swell Prizes team and Superman gang. We'll find out just how much trouble for both next time, fellows and girls. But for now, that'll wrap up this edition of the Bat-Supe Season 2 Preheat. Thanks for listening. Remember to invite your friends to listen and subscribe on their favorite podcatcher as well as YouTube or Facebook. We'll see you next time, gang. Until then, up!
Of all the secrets that lie buried with the dead, none is more challenging, none more tantalizing than the secret which the woman named Tofana took with her to the grave. To no one in her own time did she reveal it, and no one since has been able to find the key to it. But perhaps that is as it should be. For it is a secret which, if it were ever again unlocked, could only spread misery and death throughout the world.
The woman, Tofana, was a resident of Palermo in the latter days of the 17th century. And it is no coincidence that it was those same days which witnessed a wave of poisoning that swept like a plague across the whole of Europe. The authorities were baffled.
There can be no question the Pope was poisoned. He did not die a natural death.
Nor did Colestolafino, Lorenzo Costia, nor Alfonso de Cordova.
I know. They were murdered, every one of them. We've examined their food, their wine, everything they took into their bodies for 24 hours before their death. We've never come upon a single trace of it anywhere.
Not once did they discover any remnants of the substance that had caused death. And then, on the 10th day of August of that year, a man named Francesco Orsini, a poet and a philosopher, came to them in a state of great agitation.
Gentlemen, you must save me.
What is this paper you have?
It was asleep under my door this morning.
Let me see. To Francesco Orsini, prepare yourself. At 4 o'clock on the afternoon of August 12th, you will die.
They are going to poison me.
Fortunately, they have forewarned us, so we can prevent.
How?
For the next 2 days, my dear Orsini, you will drink neither water nor wine, and you will eat no food whatsoever. And on the afternoon of the 12th, you will lock yourself in your study. One of my men will be with you to guard you. It will be absolutely
For 2
impossible
whole
for
days,
anyone to
Francesco
hurt.
Orsini fasted. And at the appointed time, he was locked in his house under armed guard.
I was in the room with him when it happened. Before I could send for help, he was dead.
It was not until months later that the woman, Tofana, was brought into the torture chambers to be questioned. They had reason to believe that she knew more than she admitted, and they had ways of extracting knowledge.
Yes. Yes, I will confess.
You are, I believe, a brewer of poisons by profession?
When men want the poison, they come to me.
What do you call this concoction you brew for them?
It's called aqua tofana.
Why have we never been able to find traces of it?
Because you look for them too late. If you wanted to see the poison that killed the Pope in April, you would have to examine the wine in December.
In other words, the action of the poison is delayed 5 months?
5 months, or 5 weeks, or 5 hours, whatever is desired.
And how is it possible? What is the secret of this time potion?
You can kill me if you like. But the secret of my time potion dies with me.
Yes, this was the aqua tofana, the potion that had caused the death of no less than 600 men. A poison which could be so compounded as to cause death at any desired time after it had been administered. This was the secret which Tofana would not surrender even to those who tortured her. The secret which died with her. A secret incredible but true.